So, you might be wondering, how did we get here?
Trans women and cis women should be coming together. Trans women are not a threat to cis
Okay, but
women.
here's the look, but Blossom.
And I think that y'all have ran on that ideology.
Yeah, Blossom.
Y'all have ran on that ideology
Blossom,
for a very long time.
hang on.
And you're gonna have to specifically
All right, Blossom.
tell me cases.
Blossom,
Can you specifically
time
tell
out.
me cases of
Platforming histrionic, narcissistic black trans women in popular media? Did this person just appear out of thin air? Or has there been a decade-long grooming process to bring them to this point? This isn't this person's first time in the spotlight. In 2019, this person set off a 5-alarm Spurg alert at the CNN presidential town hall with Beto O'Rourke and Don Lemon.
Especially black trans women.
But let me tell you something, black trans women are being killed in this country, and CNN, you have erased black trans women for the last time. Let me tell you something. I'm gonna say
No, you just come here. No, I just want to ask you something. Come here. Tell me, come here. I want you to talk. What's your name?
I'm Blossom C. Brown.
Blossom, let me ask you.
Google me.
Blossom.
Please Google me.
Blossom, thank you. Let me tell you something. No, don't come on the stage. Don't come on the stage.
But where did this gumption and overwhelming hubris come from? Could it come from speaking at the National Dinner for the Human Rights Campaign in 2015?
Here from Jackson, Mississippi is HRC member Blossom Brown.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Blossom Brown. It is so good to be here with my HRC family.
Well, fortunately for you, and unfortunately for me, I watched as much of the 2020 documentary, One Life to Blossom, as I could. After some mature reflection, taking time for myself to really absorb the lived experience of Blossom, address my implicit biases, and doing everything short of drowning myself in holy water, I think I'm ready to walk you through how the meat is made.
I was born October 20th, 1986 to Denise and Kenneth Brown in Greenwood, Mississippi, the birthplace of blues. And my name that they had given me was Contravious Kendrell Brown. I was kind of more in a very strict household. With both of my parents, they expected a lot out of me.
Okay, born Contravious and eats cereal out of Tupperware. I'm following.
My junior year of high school, which was November of 2003, there was a blood drive that happened, and about 2 weeks later, I got a call from the health department asking me to come in for more testing. So the lady told me over the phone that one of my preliminary results was that I had HIV. And, she told me what my blood type was, which was B positive. And the lady told me, be positive that you're not. And that's where they broke the news to me, that they had tested my blood 6 times and that I was positive for HIV.
Blossom, no! Blossom, why?
It was really a difficult time for me.
How could this happen? How? My baby!
There was this website that was targeted more towards high school students and college students.
Facebook.
And at that time, I just wanted to be validated. I just wanted to be loved.
Ugh.
I ended up meeting a guy off of there. He was a lot older. He was an adult. So I was just like, okay, I could date older men. Maybe I'll feel good about myself. He ended up being the one who actually passed HIV on to me. And it's interesting because...
Interesting? Is it? Is it really interesting how you contracted HIV as a minor from an older man? Looks like we have quite a Contravious controversy in our hands.
Right before I found out, he ended up leaving Mississippi and moving to Texas, and I never heard from him again.
No way! Whoa!
A lot of the sex was very unprotected. I didn't really know better because in Mississippi, the whole conversation is much more about abstinence.
Abstinence, not abstinence. Abstinence, because you're being absent from having sex. Fair enough.
And not about condom usage. I really thought that he would be the one. I thought that we were going to end up in a nice house, living together, nice cars, having these great careers, but none of that actually happened.
So you're used to being groomed since you were a minor.
Instead, he was not truthful to me. I just learned that I was a pawn in a game.
Kind of like how you are now?
I checked out.
Ah! Next time, Warner Brother.
Surgery. This is such a life-changing thing for me. I was crying earlier, trying to drop my tears. I'm so happy that my journey starts here again. This is my rebirth. Gosh, I don't know.
Bruh. You're gonna make me do this right here in front of everybody. You look like Mike Tyson if he was smiling like Chris Rock. You look like Mike Tyson if he smiled like Chris Rock.
Compare being trans to the civil rights movement of being black. Well, here's the thing. Back in the 50s and the 60s, it was discrimination. And discrimination has taken on so many different forms into what it is now. Now, discrimination focuses a lot more on gender identity, being trans, being gender nonconforming, being queer, whatever it is you identify as.
Wow, what an absolute fungus of a human being. Whatever it is you identify as. I think we found the wedge in this issue. I'm pretty sure when black people were facing discrimination, they didn't say, if you're black or whatever you identify as. I'm pretty sure gays didn't say, if you're gay or whatever you identify as. Big Daddy Blossom is latching onto these historically oppressed groups while adding the key modifier of whatever you identify as. This is why the LGB wants nothing to do with the TQ. Gays and blacks can't identify their way into discrimination. What's harmful about trans ideology is you can identify your way into oppression, and as we're about to see, have corporate media love bomb you with adoration and thousands of dollars.
I wanted to be in nursing school so bad. I had a good GPA, I had a good ACT score, and the first time I didn't get in. Okay, so let me work a little harder. We took some classes, applied again, still nothing. And I couldn't get in nursing school for like the 6th time because I'm trans.
Right.
That people are looking at that. And you need to be looking at my hard work and the dedication that I put into that hard work. And it bothers me to this day when I see those students that I went to school with in nursing school getting those degrees. And the only reason why I didn't get in was because I'm trans. I make straight A's. I work hard. Stop looking on the outside and start looking on the inside and seeing that we want to be just normal people.
I've lived a great life, and I realize in this transition
What am I watching?
that I kind of have that privileged status.
What timeline am I in?
You were a white guy, I worked hard, I've, been able to put a few dollars away.
I want off the ride.
So I'm blessed.
Everybody knows I'm a big Ellen DeGeneres fan. Seeing when she first came out as a lesbian, she had her sitcom going, and they canceled it right after, and it seemed like so many things was going wrong for her, but then at the end, she got the Ellen DeGeneres show. I think about nursing school that way. I didn't get it yet, but one day I'm gonna get it, and I'm gonna stay in it.
Thank you for sharing that with us. Thank you.
That was an amazing afternoon.
Yeah, it really was.
Life-changing.
Blossom's passion. I loved her passion.
She's really special. She's really special.
Special. Yeah, special all right. Probably needs a helmet. Oh, and Blossom's passion.
The trans lady doth protest too much, methinks.
Bye. Goodbye.
Perhaps I'll see you on my show.
Yes, invite me.
Yeah.
Get my email. Tell your people to get my email address. How about
Sure,
that?
yeah.
Good job.
Let's see how this passion came to be.
This is what I want to do. I was crying during Blossom's talk about what she's been through. Mm-hmm. Okay, Andrea, you're in this. Sit right down here.
Okay.
Andrea, our producer. I want you to take that talk that she had.
Yep.
I want you to edit it together.
Okay.
Okay, and I want you to give it to me.
You got it.
Okay, we're going to get her on the Ellen DeGeneres show. I'm going to call Ellen.
Yeah.
And she's going to go to nursing school, and we're going to pay for it.
That's amazing.
Okay?
That's
and we're not
amazing.
going to tell her until then. I guarantee you, Ellen sees that story. She would have her on. We got to help.
racist to you. I'm black. I can't be racist.
So, well, why don't you come out here with us? So you are graduating University of Mississippi.
Oh, it's Mississippi University for Women.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And now you're trying to get into nursing school.
Yes.
How many have you applied to?
It's been 6 times. I was denied all 6 times.
Because you're trans?
Mostly because I'm trans. I have a good GPA, make straight A's. I had a great ACT score. Everything was just great. I've even talked to people who had lower ACT scores and lower GPAs than I did, and they got in, and I just couldn't. They wouldn't let me.
That's ridiculous. Okay.
Completely ridiculous.
And you're open to going anywhere, right?
Yes.
I'm just going to say, anyone watching, there's a nursing school, and please get in touch with us so we can get in touch with Blossom. We want to help Blossom get into a nursing school. So.
Because actually she wants to come back and help within the community.
Yes.
Like so many people want to come back and help.
Yeah.
And she wants to get in and help in public health.
Shutterfly likes to help people tell their story, and they love your story, so we want to give you $20,000.
Wow. What can't Tivius do? Let's see how Blossom appreciates this gift, and all of this adoration, and all of this support. Clearly it's gonna be a happy ending, right?
So when I got back to school, there was not one mention by the staff that I was on Ellen.
Oh my God, you're welcome.
That I was on Caitlyn Jenner's show, I Am Kate. Not one mention of it.
It's a genocide.
However, there was these 2 culinary students who so happened to be white. Also got a $20,000 scholarship in the culinary program. And their faces and stuff were blasted all over the school website, all over the school newspaper. But there was never any mention of me being on Ellen nor I Am Kate. And so then I thought to myself,
racism.
Institutional racism.
Perfect.
Is still real. And that was my wake-up call because, you know, here I am finally being able to share my story, my struggle, because I know I'm not the only one going through this struggle. But then when I come back to the campus, I did not have a lot of that support like I thought I did. My professors were very supportive. So there was some support there, but as an institution itself, no.
Oh, okay. So you had support from professors, but not institutional support, which appears to mean 100% of people not only supporting you, but acquiescing to your every self-absorbed whim. But where does this Marxist shift from transphobia to racism come from? Oddly enough, there's a hard cut in this documentary to when BLM founder and self-described trained Marxist Patrisse Cullors interrupts a live event to squeal about trans people, which appears to be a huge influence for Blossom's CNN Cluckfest.
Trans people are not a joke! Trans people are not a joke!
The text reads on screen, during host Charlemagne the God's talk at an MSNBC panel at Politicon, Blossom and friends Ashley Marie Preston and Patrisse Cullors interrupted in protest for the transgender women who have been violently killed.
Myself and Alicia in particular are trained organizers. We are trained Marxists. We are super versed on sort of ideological theories.
Like the ideological theory of political agitation and antagonization? Let's revisit Blossom at the CNN town hall and see if we can find some parallels.
Blossom.
Please,
Blossom, thank you. Let me tell you something. No, don't come on the stage. Don't come on the stage. May I have the mic?
Okay.
May I have the mic? Blossom, let me tell you something. The reason that we're here is to validate people like you. That is why we're giving, but that is why we're here. Okay, but I... Yeah. Hang on, we can't hear you. Blossom, we can't hear you. Here, Blossom, we can't hear you.
I love how Don Lemon is thinking to himself, awesome, I got the microphone, we're safe. Blossom starts revving up again, and Don Lemon's like, ah, shit, I gotta give Blossom the mic. Blossom, come back here. Here's the microphone, you're not done.
Blossom, we can't hear you. Here, Blossom, we can't hear you.
Baby, your actions have to speak louder than words because guess what? Not one black trans woman has taken the mic tonight.
You're-
Not one black trans man has taken the mic tonight.
Yeah.
Show me.
Blossom.
Show me.
Blossom. Okay, thank you. I appreciate it. Blossom, you're a black trans woman. You have the mic in your hand. I've taken it and given it back to you. We want to hear from you. We have had trans people of color. We've had all people here, and you're welcome. But we are proud and happy that you're here. We're proud and happy that you're here. Yes, but remember, we're on our time constraint. All right. Thank you, Blossom, and I appreciate it.
And he has to give Blossom the mic back. He can't say no. You can't say no to these people. They're afraid of them. How is this not coercion? He gets the mic. He's like, Blossom's still going. Gives the mic back. He's like, can I get the mic back? Okay, we're on a time constraint, right? Okay. Here's the microphone again. He's trying to get that microphone for all he's worth. But what I want to comfort you is that Beto O'Rourke, the white man, isn't racist. Don Lemon isn't racist. The whole thing's racist. The whole system's racist. And that's what the real issue is anti-blackness. They're not letting Blossom speak because it's anti-blackness. Even though there's a black man on stage hosting the show. How does nobody say that?
That's how anti-blackness works amongst people of color. That's what anti-blackness looks like. The erasure of black trans people.
All right.
I'm here, we're here in this room. Please give us that opportunity.
Blossom, thank you so much, and we appreciate you. Thank you very much. Yes, I got it. There you go. Yes. Congressman, please address that. You want to address it?
I'd be happy to. Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, dude. I'd rather be Blossom's urologist than be Beto O'Rourke here. Even your black co-host is considered anti-black, and Beto has to just sit there and take it. Well, we don't. Democrats foster an environment that placates to cluster B personality disorders, protects their toxicity under queerness, then gaslight you whenever you discuss it like you're obsessed with it, when you comment on how ridiculous and mentally ill it is, as if they didn't intentionally unleash these people as agitators so focused on deconstructing societal norms that they famously turn on themselves.
Thank you, Blossom.
Stonewall was led by transgender women of color, and it's 15 years later, and we're still failing you as a community. But there are mothers like me and other community members that are committed to change. And so, thank you for allowing that.
Thank you.
How delicious are those post hoc tears? Blossom came in, stole all the thunder, and then this lady's like, oh, thank you. That's the party. That was the party in 2019. That was the party that won in 2020. Suspicious, I agree. But now they want to act like, oh, you guys are obsessed with trans people. They literally would invade your spaces and take the mic, and you were coerced into giving them the mic back. While taking the mic and going, whew, glad that's over. Oh God, I gotta get the mic back. So let's start to end it here. Who or what is Blossom C. Brown? Blossom is the product of queer fascism. What is queer? Queer theory challenges the idea that heterosexuality is the only normal sexual orientation and gender identity. It studies gender and sexual practices that exist outside of heteronormative norms. So it's the opposite of normal. It's the study of the opposite of normal. Heterosexual is normal. It's how we all got here. So it's the opposite of how we all got here. It's the opposite of anything normal. What are the goals of queer theory? Queer theory aims to queer frameworks for liberation. Now it's a verb. Now the theory is a verb. It challenges the power structure that marginalizes non-heterosexuals. So the goal of queer theory is to queer how people view things, which just means viewing them as the opposite of normal. That's why they come off as freaks. That's why they come off as not normal. So that's queer. So normally, what's fascism? It's a far right, to queer it, far left, normally authoritarian, to queer it, dictatorship of the proletariat, or as Mao would say, democratic centralism, and ultra-nationalist political ideology and movement. Instead of ultra-nationalist, it's ultra-identityist. It is ultra-loyal to the identity and not the nation. Normally characterized by a dictatorial leader. To queer it, there is no leader. It's a bunch of freaks running throughout society. Normally centralized autocracy. Queering decentralized autocracy. It's not one person oppressing you, it's thousands of lemmings oppressing you. Militarism, instead of the military, it's activists throughout society. Normally forcible suppression of opposition. Well, it's a 1-to-1 there. Normally belief in a natural social hierarchy. Queering, there is no natural social hierarchy. It's the opposite. Normally subordination of individual interests for the perceived good of the nation or race. Queering, for the perceived good of the identity. And strong regimentation of society and the economy. How about no regimentation of society and the economy? How about the stated deconstruction of the society and the economy? That queer enough for you? So we're not facing a hot war. We're facing a really gross, ugly war. It's a psychological war. A war on reality. We must queer the queer. Or negate the negation. And not become revolutionary Marxists, but become revolutionary mockists. They must be mocked. We must mock them. We must make fun of them. Ridicule is the Marxists' favorite tool. Let's end with a quote from Saul Alinsky's Rules for Radicals. Rule number 5. Ridicule is man's most potent weapon. There is no defense. It is almost impossible to counterattack ridicule. Also, it infuriates the opposition, who then react to your advantage. Have a good one.